Oh shit, we live. Yo, what's good YouTube? Back again, another video for Schmidio. Got something different today. Long awaited. Hot Wheels Unleashed. It was time to transition to a different racing game after Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. I'm only 50% done with that game. I only beat the racer side, so there's still the cop side. And I'm not playing as the cops. Oh yeah, it looks like I'm just about done with that game. Yeah, we got Hot Wheels Unleashed today. Still brain spanking new at this game. I've only completed like one race, so there's still plenty much to be unlocked. Don't remember all the controls. All I can say is that that game is drastically different from Hot Pursuit. Just in the way the drifting mechanics works, Hot Pursuit is much more fine-tuned. It's much more realistic, but this one is just all over the place. And like, you can't really time the angles or whatever, but I guess that's what makes it fun. It's a whole new style of play to get used to. Should be fun though. Other than that, more content is being released for Battlefield 6. It's looking promising. Looks like Call of Duty Black Ops 7. You know, it's gonna have its work cut out for it, but you know, that's just the nature of the market right now. We're gonna see who comes out on top. Usually it's just a time period where Call of Duty might have been on top or Battlefield was on top. But now it looks like this is gonna be a defining moment in the new console FPS genre with the PS5 and the Xbox, whatever. Gonna see which FPS takes the throne as king, you know, and gets the majority of the player base. Definitely, as it looks right now, I'll probably be on Battlefield 6 more. Call of Duty will just be the same for the past couple years. You just play the beginning, unlock the guns, and then I'll probably transition over to sniping and quick scoping more just after unlocking most of the guns. But that's about it. Not gonna be too much excitement. It's like lately a new Call of Duty release has been like getting a new pair of shoes or like getting a new car. It's like once that like first couple days is over, like the newness, it no longer has that new shoe or new car smell. It's just like, just another shoe or car in the collection. But we'll have to see how things play out. I'm interested to see what the beta is like. Of course, no pre-orders. Not pre-ordering the game under any circumstances. After what they did with 2042, absolutely not. And 2042 was my first Battlefield that I played at launch. And it was not a good experience. I was like, what the fuck is this? Made me wish I actually played Battlefield in the times of Battlefield 3, 4, even Battlefield 1. I could have played Battlefield 1, but it was like, I was thinking to myself, it's World War 1. That's a little too outdated for me. The farthest back I go in a time period for FPS is World War 2. But World War 1, I was like, nah. Yeah, I'm good on that, but we'll have to see. Look forward to seeing how much we get done with this game or progress we make. It has a sizable amount of content. It has the main story mode or like the career mode, and then there's DLC packs that have already came out, so there's enough content to go around. Won't be like a quick collection of streams for this game. So also tonight's stream, it'll be won't be too long, won't be too short. I might try to go for somewhere around like just around 2 hours. Might not even hit 2 hours exact. And then after that, we do have a double header tonight. We got Need for Speed. We got I said Need for Speed. We got Hot Wheels Unleashed first. And then we're gonna take an intermission, and then we're gonna stream up Battlefront 2. I remember seeing a post that was like, the real Battlefront players come out at night on the weekend, and I was like, yeah, that's true. Because even for like Call of Duty back in the day, it was like that. Like, you play Call of Duty at like 1, 2, 3 a.m. and that's when the sweats and tryhards would all be on. Even back then when there was no skill-based matchmaking, it's like you knew you were playing at the midnight hours. Yeah, that's when the real comp is on. So we're gonna do that again tonight. See what the comp is like on Battlefront 2. If we can get some amazing games, get them on stream. And then depending on how epic the moments are, we can, turn them into clips and stuff, so we can watch the great moments later. But yeah, other than that, this I'd say this stream duo of Hot Wheels Unleashed and Battlefront 2, we're probably gonna watch the sun come up. It's 11:34 right now, so yeah, we're probably gonna watch the sun come up today. I got a good enough amount of sleep. I was tired for the past week. It's not really getting a balanced sleep cycle, but it's getting back to more normal now. I just slept like the whole day today, like no cap. I was in like the Odin sleep. But now I'm back on Midgard, and Heimdall brought me here in a jiffy, so we got enough sleep. I feel alright. Don't feel much tiredness, but I don't know why I'm yawning. Yeah, we're gonna watch the sun come up tonight, probably. Gonna just keep on streaming. I guess for Battlefront 2, we'll probably start off with Hero Showdown, then Heroes vs Villains, Galactic Assault, and then by the time I'm through playing God knows how many games of Galactic Assault, I'll probably switch over to Starfighter Assault just to kind of vibe things out so I don't have to lock in. And then we'll see, maybe finish the stream with Capital Supremacy or go back to Galactic Assault, but that's like the full lineup for tonight as far as what we're playing and how we're gonna play it. But yeah. Hold up, just give me a moment. Yeah, we got a 16 for this. Oh shit. See, I'll plug that in after. Yeah, we got a 16 for the stream coming up. Let's see. Yeah. See what we got tonight. Says started off in the hoopty, now I'm riding around presidential, riding around with a fucking 6 rims with the instrumental, got the staff pick of the best in the fleet. Gotta know that when you play on this level, you gotta always stay speeding past every sign, exit, and that's detrimental. Go flying past state troopers, then we bust maneuvers all the way from the east, then we head to the west, finish first place because we never second, third, last, or even close to worst off the checker flag. We the best of the best, never came in second guessing our potential. We only reach for the stars, only express what's in the mental. Then we cover that with the metal silver coating, iron bronze star age. We gonna get the showing how we always out here. We gonna put the pedal to the metal, then we gonna send it up to another level. We gonna reach for the stars. We gonna reach for the stars. We gonna pass sons of Moon, Saturn, Mars. Then we go up it to Jupiter, and then we gonna collect all our bags that's due for you. Spin around the sun just one time. Get the solar recharged, then we off light to the dark night. Gotta keep the whip up to date. Gotta stay up with inspections. Can't be never showing up late. When you pull up to the drag line, gotta have the foot on the clutch. Then you gotta have the beam on the meter. Then you gotta have all the expertise to react to the green light. Cause it's too late. Then you're coming up quarter mile short. Then you gotta come up with a quarter mile quartz. A fine refined material. That's what the chassis made of. When I came up with the top-notch player mentality, I'ma just go get mine, and you gon' see that I'm really cut from the rest, not even close from the best. Just came in my own level, then I dispersed all the distractions. Then I got locked into the pressure of the life, pressure of the success, pressure of the knowing that if you don't go and get it, somebody's already saying I got next. Yeah, don't even know where I'm headed, but I ain't even gotta ride. I'm gonna make my own wheels, then I'm gonna go off in the sunset how I slide. That was a little 16 for the stream. Try to dish it out for the cheap. Yeah, guess I couldn't really have talked out loud because it's kind of late, but hope y'all could hear me. Definitely after every 16 for the stream, I tell myself, yeah, you just gotta make sure you keep streaming more and consistently daily. And I know I'd be tired, but I be feeling like I'm right on the breakthrough of a nice 16, but kind of lose the flow and whatnot. But yeah, you know, we doing the 16s for the stream, man. We're doing the 16s for the stream. But other than that, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna see what Hot Wheels Unleash has for us, and hopefully have some fun. Yeah. In other news, I forgot to fully charge my main controller, so we're using the backup today. Show you guys. It's the camel one. Got the what to call it, the button sticks, and then we got the adaptive triggers on the back. We got 1 hour play. This is like a car with like 10 miles. Brand spanking new. I think it'll be a different vibe. You know, Hot Pursuit was just too, like, damn near realistic. Like, when I was locked in, I was like, I don't care if my phone was ringing saying blah 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 emergency. It's like I gotta finish this race. I can't even pause the game. You just gotta stay in the focus. We'll see what Hot Wheels Unleashed is like. From the small amount I played from it, I did have some funds, but we'll see. Have to turn off the light. Ironically, having it pitch black is gonna help me stay up more. Controls don't seem that complex. Okay, we'll see what this does. That's one thing I've gotten from playing like Call of Duty and Battlefield over the years. Just to go into the settings and make sure it's configured to how you like it. They got the mystery machine. It's like the Jetsons, yeah, the Jetsons. Yeah, the Joker. Damn shit, going back to the beginning. How many cards is there? Alright, so what I have available is let's get it. Also got some lollipops. I'm about to say this shit loading forever. I thought there would be some kind of cool intro, but okay, I think I got it. I gotta change up high drift. Come on, buddy. Oh, I thought I was not gonna hit it. Yeah, I definitely just need to control the drift. Oh my god. That was an L. My first round pick. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the drifting mechanics and like the turning angles and shit. Those two combined, just like what the fuck. Especially coming from a game where like the input was so like literal. It was like if you wanted to get around the corner, you really had to decrease your speed while drifting. It was in hot pursuit, but this is like. It's a really like a kid's game, like, it's like going from NBA 2K, like, with all the game sliders and shit up, to fucking NBA Street. Okay. got knocked out the map. I thought I finished 9. I finished 11. Yeah, this game must be what it's like for someone who plays 2K, FIFA, Madden, and they just picked up Call of Duty one day and they're straight to multiplayer. Like, this is what it feels like. Now, this is the type of racing game that they have on like their iPhone, but got upscaled to the PlayStation 5. Oh, this car got the best handling, so let's see what we got. Feels like you don't necessarily need speed in this game, it's just you need to maintain your positioning. Get out. Oh my god. I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. It's like you use the left stick to maintain. You're supposed to use the grip anyways, but to cancel it out. That's what I've been looking for, yeah. Okay, that's what it is. I thought I was trying to use like the left trigger to cancel it out, but wow, I was in like 8th place. Fell down to 11th, and then that's just at least I know this. I like this card better. It has better handling stats, but it's just this map more ideally. I think I should really think we're doing all races. I can go first, and then once they stop crashing into each other. Oh, come on. sorry, Tank, but I gotta win. Oof. We got 6. Okay, that's a step forward. That is a step forward. I feel like with these like streaming games that like aren't first-person shooters, because we're here to play more than first-person shooters. We're here to play different types of games, gaming channel in general, not just specifically first-person shooters, but like you want to get the race done on the first try or like the second try, but like you don't want to have to keep trying again. And it's like, then I gotta remind myself that it's like when you're streaming, it's like I remember when like Kai and I show Speed are playing that game, you gotta go up those like man-made ramps to get all the way to the top of the sky. And it's like if you fall and you're like 80, 90, 100,000 feet in the air, you gotta start all the way back from the ground. I just gotta take it like that. Especially in a new game you're not good at. Oh yeah, I already sold the copies. Gonna have to do the Pokemon method. The Pokemon method is basically like before you go to the gym or like go to like this battle, you just keep going back to the grass and just facing all the easy Pokemon to level up. And then by the time you get to the gym, you might add the level required above or a couple more levels above. So at least you don't lose in like the first gym if you get the Pokemon that's like the weakness. It has the weakness to it. Cause I always started off with fire after Pokemon. And I just go to the grass and just keep leveling up my Pokemon until I knew they were good enough to just beat the gym without any worries. But I might just have to do that here. Just beat the race I already know I beat. I can get the money. Oh my god. Okay, that feels like a good drift. Like start to finish. It's not that this game isn't like, it's not as fine-tuned as like Hot Pursuit. Hot Pursuit is just that like, you have to like go through with the follow through and like start the drift and you have to like cancel it out. Where Hot Pursuit is just like, the game is auto correct and you stop drifting it and you start giving it the drift input. little too early. That's what I mean. It's like instantaneous. It's not like you gotta break and then start drifting. See, now nothing extreme. It's like this shit is. I can't really say this shit really happens. Like these are the type of shit that happens in the game that people don't believe in unless you just start streaming or recording it. So I'm gonna have to follow through the drift. Oh my god. Just lost mad position. This is the shot clock cheese you can't make up. I'm not even playing 2K and I got the shot clock cheese. Right, getting me in front of the finish line. got a better feeling for the drifting mechanics. It's like driving a manual versus automatic car. So we'll try and beat this race, or we're gonna beat this race and we'll try to beat the other one. I already beat this one, so if I can't beat it now, that's just crazy. It's just like playing default and the tactical Call of Duty. Oh my. Gotta beat this one before going to the actual race. But no, so I go from like second, third place at one point to like 8th. I need the money for my races. See what the DeLorean got. He doesn't talk about homelessness about taking off the map. It's like the physics engine in this game is like semi-on. Those barriers might as well start like autopilot to hit me. Oh! And did worse. Welcome to 6. Okay. Oh no, let's go. Ooh, I was like third place for a moment. You gotta get the Batmobile. Okay. So the Batmobile. It's like the 1980s one. And I think it was in like the animated series. Let's see see what the Batmobile could do. Batmobile got the after battle. Scrubbed out bathwater in this game. I'm not even washed. I'm just like scrubbed out bathwater. Like, oh my god. place. The Batmobile is top fire. What the fuck? I thought I was gonna hit. Third place, okay. I'm back to almost there. Let's go. We finally won first place. Let's go. Let's go. About damn time. Batmobile. Oh my god. Ooh, let's get out the way. Get out the way. See on the highway, but get the fuck out of my way. They're using the Ford F-150 and next to him is the Brinks truck. That's the Ram Silverado. To the Batmobile. Da-da-da-da. third again. Let's see how this thing fly. Sorry, my man, I'll be like that. Oh well, that's about it for the stream. It was definitely a scrub water struggle stream. Struggled more than scrub water. But, you know, it was a good start. We will be back again with another one, continuing on, but until then, it's till next time. Yeesh. shit had me like a kid trying to count on his fingers. But I'm like really trying to figure out the different fingers.